and welcome to another episode of That's Why We Have Hot Dogs in the Freezer. Now, I've had a bad day. I feel like cracking something up or open or both and ripping its guts out. I've had that kind of day. Have you ever had that kind of day? Especially in quarantine where you just want to go nuts on something for just a minute just to make you feel better. Well, today we're going to do spaghetti squash in the Instant Pot, and we are going to get a chance to crack something open and rip its guts out, and we'll feel better about ourselves in the morning. But I forgot my stupid knife. That works. Let's get started. We have Mr. Squash. Mr. Squash has been very angry. Bad to me. Bad day. We have a knife. What we're going to do, and we have to be careful because this is going to slide around. We're going to start by just gently getting that knife started, okay? And we're going to take Mr. Mallet and we're going to I told you we'd crack something open. So now we're going to take a spoon and we're going to rip its guts out. We're just going to, you have to be careful, put a little pressure, kind of hold your spoon like that. See, I've got my thumb and forefinger on the back, the handle's going through here. That way you can get some good firm pressure. Spaghetti squash has hairs in it. So there's spaghetti squash, one side of it. Here's the other side. And yeah, I kind of split it so I've got a large side and a small side. That was actually on purpose because when I cook this, that would be for somebody that doesn't want a lot. This would be somebody who wants a lot of squash. So, ooh, Mr. C just went on the floor. Either I'll find it or the cat will find it. But somebody will have a good time with it. Okay, here goes that one. A little straggler there. Get that out. All right. That takes care of getting our squash taken apart. See, it goes right back together like that. So now I'm going to take and I get yelled for this all the time. But I've had that kind of day. So now I'm going to put a little salt on one side, a little salt on the other side. I kind of go heavy on the salt, but it's okay because most of it's going to get blown away. Now we've got Mr. Instant Pot here. And this is about, I guess, about 3/4 of a cup of water. What we're going to do is we're going to pressure cook this thing. So pour that in. Doesn't seem like much, but that's really all you need. This came with the Instant Pot. This is a trivet. Isn't it cute? Can you say trivet? I knew you could. We're going to take this and take the two halves. Oops. Put them back together. I kind of like to put the big side on the bottom. Take the trivet. It helps if you got big hands for this, which I do. And we're going to put it down in the pot and just let the handles kind of flop open. Then we're going to take the lid, and it's going to sing to us when we put it on. Oh, confused that one, didn't I? Stop. There. Make sure this little flipper thing here is closed. Bring this up here where you can see it. Lots of weapons here. So we've got our Instant Pot. And I'm going to put it on pressure cook. And I'm going to put it on high. And I'm going to pressure cook this thing. Last time I used this, I used it for 4 hours. I was making bone broth. I'm not making bone broth today, so I want to back it down. It's going to be on high, but I want it for 20 seconds. If anybody knows a faster way to get this thing down to 20 seconds without just holding the button in, let me know. But right now, this is a little annoying. So holding in, holding in. Yeah, that's just punching. It's not going to help. We're down to 40. I'll tell you what. Let's do 40 minutes. So once you push the time in, it waits for a minute to see if that's what you wanted. And there we go. That's what we wanted to hear. So now, if you don't know already, it's going to heat up inside. The water is going to come up to temperature. It's going to be turned into steam. When it does, there's a little plunger in the back here. It's going to raise up. It's going to block off the vent. This will actually come up to a higher temperature, which will bring the temperature up of the water. What we're going to do is we're going to let it come up to temperature. Then it'll run for 40 minutes. Then we're going to do a natural release. What that means is, after the 40 minutes, we won't do anything. We'll just leave it alone. And when it's finally time, the little plunger will drop and we're done. What we'll do then is I'll come back, take it out of the pot, and we'll take a look at it. But I'm going to put it in a baggie and store it in the fridge for tomorrow night's dinner. Because this is one of those blank slates we talked about, like when we made zoodles. This is one of those things you can do just about anything with. My plan for this one is I'm going to shred it partially, and I'm going to put it in a baking dish, both halves. Then I'm going to take some hamburger and I'm going to make taco meat, just like when you're making tacos. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the taco meat into the shells with the shredded spaghetti squash. Then I'm going to top it with some chopped up onions, and then I'm going to top that with some Mexican cheese, and I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to let the cheese melt and get all nice and bubbly and golden brown on top, and that'll be dinner. But that's this time. You can also do the same thing with spaghetti sauce. You just make your regular spaghetti sauce, put the two halves in a pan, mix it in with the spaghetti squash, top it with mozzarella cheese, put it in the oven. Another way you can have it, and there's like 3 ways I have it, is you can take it just like it is, right out of the pot while it's still hot, add some butter and some garlic salt, go to town. I like it that way too sometimes. Alright, we came up to pressure, and I went ahead and unplugged the pot and opened her up and put the lid on the little lid holder. And I've learned that if you're careful, you can lift this thing out. So let's do that. There it comes. Put it right there in the bowl. And I wanted to show you what this looks like. It's a little wet inside, but you see how that flakes? See that? In fact, you can see a nice chunk, steamy chunk. Anyway, I'm going to put this in a baggie and we'll put it in the refrigerator and let it cool so tomorrow night I can put it into a baking dish. And like we talked about earlier, I think I'm going to make some taco meat and just stuff it with taco meat, a little cheese. I might get some sour cream at the store. Yeah, so this has been spaghetti squash in the Instant Pot. You've been watching That's Why We Have Hot Dogs in the Freezer. Next time you're a little stressed out, crack open a spaghetti squash and rip its guts out. I hope you have a good day. I'm going to try to have one myself. We'll see you next time. Bye.